Sunrise spills honey gold over the village square as carts clatter in, and at the well stands Barak, a sturdy gray donkey with calm eyes and a back broad as a door. His owner, old Javed, tightens the rope harness while crooning praises. Everyone knows that if a burden needs moving, no matter how awkward or heavy, Barak will bow without a murmur. Today, the line of petitioners is already forming before the temple bell rings. The baker scurries up first, sweating over a late order. "Friend Javed, 2 sacks of flour from the mill. Could your good donkey fetch them?" Before Javed can speak, Barak kneels. Flour bags thump onto his spine, and the baker lopes off in gratitude. A weaver follows, stacking baskets of bright thread. Then comes a potter with fragile jars, a fishmonger with crates of ice, even the schoolmaster clutching a trunk of worn books. At each request, the donkey lowers, shoulders straining but obedient. Crowds applaud. "See how willing, see how strong!" By mid-morning, Barak sways like a mast in rough seas. His hooves cut grooves in the dust, foam laces his lips. Yet when a widow approaches with a bundle of firewood, the donkey dips again, adding the last stick to an invisible tower. Javed beams under the compliments, confusing applause for approval, pride for care. A shepherd boy watches, brow furrowed. "Sir," he calls gently, "the tallest tree still snaps if the wind never stops." Javed waves him away. He's used to it, he insists, patting the trembling flank. Besides, he hasn't complained. But silence is a poor measure of pain. The donkey's language is endurance, not protest. When the sun peaks, Javed guides the overloaded animal toward the river bridge. Halfway across, the frayed harness gives a soft, fatal pop. In a single thunderous moment, flour explodes into white clouds, jars shatter, wood scatters, and Barak crashes to his knees. The bridge echoes with gasps. Villagers freeze, clutching mouths. A thin cry escapes the donkey, small, broken, the first sound of refusal in years. Javed drafts beside him, horror flooding his face. He strokes the sweat-drenched neck, feeling ribs quiver. The healer arrives, palm against the broad chest. "Heat stroke, muscle strain, infection if we push him," she warns. "Unload him now or lose him forever." Around them, owners of spilled goods gather their losses, cheeks burning with guilt. No one meant harm, but each small request piled into a mountain only one back bore. They build a shade lean-to under a willow by the riverbank. All afternoon, villagers take turns fanning Barak, bringing cool water, whispering apologies. Javed sits through the long hush, replaying every proud nod, every coin accepted, realizing he mistook approval for affection and service for self-sacrifice. The shepherd boy kneels beside him. "Kindness to others should never be cruelty to yourself, or to the friend who serves you," he says. Javed can only nod, eyes wet. Dawn of the 5th day. Barak finally stands, legs shaking like reeds but holding steady. The village gathers as Javed steps forward, voice ringing across the square. "From this day my donkey carries one honest load at a time. If your task is urgent, say so, and we will share the burden." His silence is not consent, nor is mine. He lifts a small wooden plaque painted simple blue, weight limit 1 burden, and ties it to the harness. Some scoff, predicting missed deliveries and slower trade. Most, though, stare at their own hands, remembering how light their packages felt compared to the cost they never saw. They begin adjusting. The baker now pushes a cart himself. The weaver splits baskets between 2 apprentices. The widow bundles kindling into smaller cords. Bit by bit, the marketplace learns the rhythm of fairness, and commerce does not crumble. Instead, it breathes. Weeks turn to months. Barak trots with an easy gait, ears twitching, coat slick with health. Children stroke his muzzle without fear of interrupting endless labor. On evenings scented with thyme, Javed rubs liniment into strong shoulders and thanks the donkey in soft, private words no one else can hear. One crisp autumn morning, the shepherd boy meets Javed at the gate, hefting a modest sack of wool. "Share the weight?" he asks. Javed smiles, swinging the sack onto his own back while the donkey carries the other. Together they walk the river road, trio in quiet harmony, under a sky the color of forgiveness. Friends, remember Barak when your heart races to say yes before you weigh the cost. Each favor may feel light, but 1,000 feathers still crush when they fall at once. Strength is not the same as invincibility, and applause is never payment enough for a broken spirit. Protect your spine, whether it is made of bone or will, by choosing which loads belong to you and placing the rest where many hands can lift. If this story lightened a burden in your mind, share it with someone whose kindness bends towards self-harm. Stay brave, stay grateful, and walk upright, one mindful promise at a time.